Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing the second half of my what solds for last week. And no, last week wasn't May. I even wrote May on the board. I have a cheat sheet over here. I wrote May, so excuse me for my last video. It wasn't May. It was June. This one is going to be for last weekend, June 10th through the 12th. I even wrote June on my board. Make sure I didn't say it wrong again. Well, let me see. I don't know if you guys can see it on my board. Oh yeah, there's my camera. You guys can't, don't see. Right there. So thank you, Scott and Christina. There it is on my board. All right, so Robert did a yard sale this weekend. We didn't make a whole lot of money, and as we were packing it up, somebody came and we pretty much sold all of a lot of it. So yard sales, I don't like them. They're just, I don't know, I think we would have done better just sourcing. So I'm gonna have to figure out what we can do other than redonate, because a lot of places around here don't take as many stuffed animals as sometimes I may have to donate. So let's see. Last weekend I had some good sales, which I'll show you in a minute. I did sell like 6 clothing items on eBay, which I am going to show you a few of them. So if you're not doing clothing, I think right now it's picking up for us. So, you know, it might be something to consider. You know, it's at least worth stopping and looking at them and seeing if it's something. We do measurements. Does that prevent all returns? No. I actually have a return right now for something that was for not fit. So it doesn't fit. It just happens. You know, I think somebody asked me a question about the top rated seller plus, which I've talked about in the past. It's still very much worth it to offer free returns because I make more in the discounted fees than I ever do on return shipping on returns. So it's definitely worth it to check into, to do the one-day handling and the free returns. All right, let me go ahead and get started. Believe it or not, I have mostly eBay, of course, Poshmark, and a Mercari. That was it for last weekend, but my sales were excellent, so I'm good. All right, this first item is a Treasure Trolls doll from Ace Novelty 1991. This was in my online estate sale that I won through HiBid last year. I really have got to get on there. I've been getting on there and looking, but so far I've not found any that would be worth the drive because there's not very many around here. You know, I can go to Knoxville, but that's like an hour and a half away. So most of them that I've noticed, they're at least an hour's drive for us. So if I'm going to do something like that, I really would like to win quite a few things to make it worth our while. And so far I've not found them, but I'm going to keep trying. Just Google HiBid, and then you can put in your zip code, and then I change it to 100 miles to look around because, like I said, there's not a whole lot of those type auctions around here, but there's a lot. And then you can go down the side and like check for ones for me, toys, and then it shows me the listings that include some amount of toys. So, all right, so this sold for $10. I believe these also, no, these came from an estate sale I went to. I won a bunch of, I bought a bunch of Pillsbury Doughboy items. It was cookie jars and plush and placemats and just all kinds of stuff. I had 4 of these items together. 2 of the large Giggles plush that were still sealed in their bag. But I had a question about it. Somebody said that they're highly prone to have corroded batteries in them. And actually when I went and checked, the batteries had corroded. So I ended up ending the listing and then just selling the 2 things that were either working or were just a regular toy. But I still sold these for $14 best offer. Right, one of the clothing items I sold last week, it was a Volcom Surf and Turf men's shorts. These sold for best offer of $10. No, looking at the wrong thing. Best offer of $14. And then these were a pair of jeans by J. Crew. These sold for best offer of $12. I'm all about sending offers and accepting offers as long as they're reasonable at this point. These I just picked up recently at an estate sale. I want to say they were $2, so I paid $1. Or they were $4 and I paid $2. I can't remember. But they were Happy Thanksgiving blocks by Midwest of Cannon Falls. These sold the same day I listed them for best offer of $10. These tins I picked up a couple of sourcing trips ago. I think in Indianapolis. Somebody had donated a huge bunch of these, a huge lot of these John Wagner and Sons tins. I had some of the really little ones like this, 3/4 ounce, and then some of them that were a little bit larger. I listed each one of them separately, and slowly but surely they have been selling. This one sold for best offer of $7. This is an Eden Clown plush. It was musical. The music box did work, but it did have lots of discoloration and wear, which I noted in the listing. It sold for $13.45. This was a dress also that sold. It was by Sport TY, Truly Yours. It sold for best offer of $15. These were some Clark's sandals. I'm pretty sure I bought a whole bunch of these at an estate sale. This was, I think, part of that. They were all $2 each. They didn't even hardly look worn. In fact, I think I put on there, it appears unused because it still had that little sticker on the bottom of the shoe that showed no wear. These sold for best offer of $20. I have found quite a few recently of this brand. It is Sasko. It did say Kellogg's Company on there. It was a rabbit plush. I have found bears and I think maybe even a couple of other animals. But this sold for $7.15. Just another brand I wanted to mention that, you know, if you see it, at least do the comps on it. These, Robert picked these up at an estate sale we stopped at. They were in the free pile. I did test them and they worked fine and sold probably within an hour of listing them for $29.95. They were Clairol Kindness hot rollers. They had the clips and the instructions and they seem to be in great condition. This is Eden. It's one of the My First stalls. It sold for $8.96. Again, if you're new to my channel, I don't do free shipping, although I did convert last month about 160 of my listings to free shipping. They were my lowest dollar first class items. Just wanted to test it out to see what happened. I have sold 3 things of those 160 in a month. So to me, that seemed like it was too much work for what I did. But I'm not going to spend the time to convert them back. We'll just see how it goes. This is Westcliff of Toys R Us. It is a cow plush. It's one of the soft classics. $19.95. It sold for $20.66. This is a Rainbow Fish, that's a book, hand puppet. I picked this up at a yard sale and he was pretty much, fill this box and you can have it for $5. So this was just one of the items that I put in the box and it sold for $17.95. This was a pony vintage windbreaker. want to say I paid $1 or $2 at an estate sale for it also. It sold for $17.71. I picked these up just recently at a yard sale. It's Tupperware from the Charlie Brown Halloween series. I paid $2 for the 2 cups and it sold for $13.25 best offer. Another one of the CDs that I picked up at an estate sale. Big regret not buying all of the CDs that day, but it sold for $9.86. It is Great White Once Bitten. This is Golden Bear Company. It was a Beagle Dog plush. It sold for $13.45. Again, most of my items I pick up really cheap at yard sales, thrift stores, estate sales, and we do sourcing trips a couple of times a year to, most recently, Nashville and St. Louis. Robert has family out there, so we have found that it's convenient to go out there, and then we can, also spend time with family. This was a nice sale. This is Moulin Rhodey, Julius Dog, Lovey. Again, probably picked up at a yard sale or the bins, and it sold for $49.95. Again, it didn't sell while it was on sale, so this was one of my end and sell similars that instantly got a purchase. Beth Moore. Definitely watch for any DVDs and a lot of the workbooks and books that she has for series. She's very, very popular in the Christian world. I have found so many of her DVD stuffs, especially at church sales. Definitely watch for them. This one sold for $26.95. This is Disney Chip 'n Dale plush, sold for $7.95. Again, it was an end and sell similar that sold very quickly. Robert picked up a bunch of these dish series. It's Gorham, Ariana. I have sold tons of it, but it kind of has sat for a little while. But again, went through the ending and sell similar, and this sold relatively quickly. It was one of the serving trays, and it sold for, I've lost it, $17.95. I picked up 2 of these little Tykes Pink Pig coin banks at the Goodwill bins in St. Louis. This one sold for best offer of $12. There's a blue one also, so keep your eyes out for them. This is funny. I picked these up at an estate sale probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. I made a comment that the father was with the dad doll, was with this, but his eyes had been gouged out, and I just left him. I did have this little one here with no clothes sitting waiting to do something with, so I just went ahead, added it with these. They are from the Mattel Sunshine family from the 1970s, and she sold the same morning I listed her for best offer of $25. And this is one of those, I didn't fix their hair. The clothes had stains. I'm of the mind that I'd rather have somebody who knows what they're doing and isn't going to damage them to clean them, especially with these vintage dolls. And it sold immediately. This is Animal Adventure. It's an orange monkey from 2015. It sold for best offer of $10. I got a sweet message from a mama whose child had lost this and was really anxious for me to get it shipped the same day, so I did. General Electric Percolator. I've got several more of these that I need to get listed. They're very popular, so definitely check the comps when you find percolators. This one sold for best offer of $24. I'm pretty sure I paid $2 or $3 for them at estate sales. This is Soft Dreams. I love that brand. I don't find it very often. This was a tan rabbit plush, 16 inches, and it sold for $26.95. And then this is Embrace. The brand, it says on the tag Platinum Management, 1987. It sold for $21.95. And then this is a 3-corner math facts card set. It sold for $9.86. Now here's my big sell, and it's from a viewer, so thank you very much, Liliana, for buying these. She sent me a message asking what would be the best price that I could do on the 4 remaining Tamagotchis that I had received from a friend, and we agreed on $225, and she purchased them from me, so I really, really appreciate it. Then my 2 Poshmark orders for last weekend, a Wrangler men's shirt sold for $15, and this Avengers backpack. We picked these up at Finders Keepers last year, bought a bunch of backpacks and puzzles and all kinds of stuff on Dollar Day, so I paid $1 for this and sold it for $14. And then my single Mercari order was these Princess House Fantasia coffee cups and plate set. Heavy. I ended up having it set up to use UPS, especially on your heavy stuff on Mercari. She sent me a message asking if I would take $22, and I agreed. So that was a nice sell. Finally, I've had those listed forever, but I had just recently cross-listed them to Mercari, and now they're sold. So my cross-listing has really been crazy. At one day this past week, I had more, at one point during the day, I had more non-eBay orders than eBay orders. So it's been a blessing to have, you know, sales coming from all these different platforms. I think I've got 5 or 6 from just this weekend also. So, all right, y'all. I wanted to show you the stuff that I picked up at an estate sale this weekend. I am thrilled with this. I paid $212 for everything, and I've got a few things, I think, in this bag. Yeah, just a couple. But look, this is what I saw, a picture, and it was afternoon, and it said that they had opened up a new room in the home and had vintage toys. I couldn't see what else was there, but this is all vintage G.I. Joe. I'm not even sure what's in the bottoms of these, but there's just tons of stuff down in here. I think a couple of the things that I saw were like the 1990s. And then they had 4 totes that were all vintage Playmobil. Now, I have purchased these before. I'm thinking these might build the 3666 Castle series. But there's just a lot here. I'm hoping once I start digging that we'll be able to find instruction books. But I have that tote, this small tote, which is just full of small pieces. This piece, this this tote, which I'm not quite sure what this is. Yep, it says Playmobil. So crazy. Let's see. I'm hoping I'll find more. of that. And then here's a nut. Look how big. These are huge totes. Another tote. And I'm seeing like motorcycles. I'm guessing Western sets. Look, I'm even seeing Thomas. So who knows? Who knows what's down in here? And then I thought this was Rockenbach only, but then I started digging yesterday, and I mean, that's Playmobil. And there's some books, but I also saw, look, a dragon that's Playmobil. But I'm seeing, I love Rockenbach. I will probably sell it in small lots. This is the remote control. Hopefully I have all the key fobs. But yeah, I'm hoping there's some vehicles down in there also. So I'm thrilled. I might as well show you. This is the new side. Oh, this is my other new thing I just bought for myself. It's one of those inversion boards. So I've used it a couple times. I love it. But here is the new shelving system for, so far it's clothing. You can see all the clothing boxes back there. But we still have all of these boxes to get the shelves put together. And then I'm going to start putting my overflow out here also. And then I might as well show you guys, since we're here, this is the door that leads to the air-conditioned part. And this is my storage area for all of my plush and stuff. But look, all the bags. This is the sourcing trip. All the bags, which is why I have got to get to work. So yeah. These are my kids' stuff. I still haven't done anything with. The kids that these were bought for are now 20 and 21. And I know that monkey is worth a lot. But yeah, so crazy busy here. All right. I'm going to also have, this will either be at the beginning of my What Sold or at the end of my What Sold. But I was just thrilled to show you guys all the stuff that I got this weekend. Well, from that one estate sale anyway. All right. Going to be very busy this week. We are going out of town Wednesday, but we have decided that we are coming back home Thursday. But hopefully I'm going to get some footage from the Goodwill bins in Cincinnati. Again, if there's anybody in that area who would like to meet up, you know, come join us. We hope to be there right when it opens and stay just a couple of hours because we do plan on going straight home after that. So it'd be nice, you know, be able to say hi to somebody. And this weekend I met up with a viewer and her sweet husband. So thank you, Cher. It was nice meeting you guys, and thank you for picking up the goodies for me. I'm going to go get them out of the car here in a few minutes and look through them. So thank you. And y'all, let's get busy. I got a lot to get listed. I am determined to start in on my stuff from my sourcing trip to St. Louis this week. Gonna do it. All right, bye.